guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 58. So first I want to apologize for taking so long to do an actual video. July's ornament thing was a little crazy and it took a lot out of me. And then August started and it was like back to school time, and then it was just my daughter's birthday last weekend and we started potty training this week for my youngest. Um, and then in the month of July, like literally all I did was um, the ornaments and like a few tiny little things. So I don't have tons to show you, but you know, I I have a little bit. So first, the one thing I made, and I just did another video and I've been dropping things like crazy. So I'm not sure what is going on, but hopefully I can get through this without too much dropping stuff. Um, so the like one thing I made in July that wasn't Christmas ornaments was I had a friend that wanted some popsicle, like the Otter Pops, whatever you want to call them, the little cozies that go on them, for her kids, and then like my 2-year-old was struggling with them too, so I finally made some. So I made 3 sets and she has one of the sets, so I don't have that to show you. This first set I made with acrylic yarn. It's the same yarn. It's like Red Heart, Super Savory. I think the color is like Mexicana or something like that. I did follow a pattern for this one. It's just half double crochets in the back loop. And then I kind of tried to make up my own pattern with the moss stitch. This color pooled really weird with the moss stitch, so I like this version better just in this yarn. And I made these so that they're just a sleeve, so you can move them up as your popsicle starts going away. So like other ones that have a bottom, they're stuck at the bottom as your popsicle is being eaten. So then the other one I made with cotton yarn, and same thing, I did the one with the half double crochet and then the moss stitch. Now these are really dingy looking. You can tell on this one. I don't know if you can tell in the picture or in the video, but they've been used. So, and I haven't washed them yet. I don't know what'll happen, if they'll shrink or anything. Yeah, so that was like my one non-Christmassy July project. I can grab my notes here. Oh, I forgot to grab something. Okay. I also made, so now to August, we did like a little back to school dinner type thing with my kids. It's like a tradition that I decided I wanted to start this year, even though my older daughter just started 5th grade. But just like a theme for the year to like help us get through things. So our theme was rise up. So like if things get hard, you get back up and keep trying and stuff like that. So I made little suns to help remind them to get up like the sunrise, it rises up. And so this one is from one of my daughter's backpacks, and the other one put it on like a zipper pouch in her binder, and I went to get it for this video and it's not there. So I don't know if she lost it already, if it broke off or what. I'll have to ask her in the morning what happened to hers. So this is a little sun, and I used Karen Simply Soft, and I'll put the pattern down below. The only issue I had was ending the little spokes. So these are like little baubles, and you go all the way around, but for some reason I have like a little space here. The other one I made, the space was a little off-centered, so it was a little less noticeable. And I made the other one's eyes a little bit smaller and mouth a little bit smaller, so you could tell them apart. But yeah, it was pretty simple, cute little pattern, and yeah, I just wanted to give them something to kind of start the school year out. And have something cute on their backpacks. So, and I was gonna order like the keychain things that have like the little chain, and my daughter knew I had some of these already, and so she's like, just use that one. I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, so I made 2 of those. Like I said, I don't know where the other one is. Real quick, I'm gonna go grab what I forgot to grab. Hold on. Okay, so like I said, my daughter just had her birthday this last weekend. She just turned 10. In like a month or two ago, she likes to scroll through like YouTube videos and find like craft ideas and stuff because she thinks she wants to be crafty, but never finishes anything. Anyway, so she came across a crochet baby octopus that she thought was adorable and wanted me to make. So I'd been putting it off because just busy with other things. So I decided, and she had kind of picked, sorry. So in this pattern, in this tutorial, it shows you what it looks like using all these different yarns. And so she wanted one out of a specific size, and I actually had the yarn for it in the color that she liked. So, but I made some other ones too, just because. So the one she wanted me to make was made with loops and threads, snuggle. I think it was the snuggle light that I had. So here's that guy. So it was a pretty quick, pretty fast little pattern. So he's this big. So if you made it like with regular worsted weight yarn, it would be like super tiny. So then to go with him, I decided to make a next size bigger, which is Bernat blanket yarn. And this is a sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. So he's a little bit bigger. And then this one is made with Premier Parfait. And she had one made with Premier Parfait Chunky, I think. Yeah, so he's a little bit smaller. And so I made a little family of octopuses or octopi or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, so she was excited to get, well, she pulled the first one out. She pulled this one out and she's like, it's not the right color. And she was like, she was okay with it. And then she pulled the rest out. So she was excited. But yeah, those are super quick. No sew, super fast. So yeah. There's like a million octopus patterns out there, I know. But she found that one, so I specifically made that one for her. One thing I've been working on a lot this month is, so I make the like main thing I make to sell locally is the towels with the towel toppers on them. And I do have my own kind of pattern for that I made up inspired by other people's patterns. I took a few different ideas and put them all into mine, and I do have a tutorial for that. It's like my only tutorial that I've ever made, so if you want, you can go check that out. But my husband was like, why don't you ever like change things up and put ruffles on the edges or something? So I have a lady who buys a lot of my towels when I have them ready, or a lot of times I'll just post the picture of the towel and then people will order it, and then I'll make it. That way I don't have to guess which ones people will like. Anyway, she found some towels and asked if I would make those into the toppers. So it'll obviously be cheaper for her for my work because I'm not charging for the towel, just the yarn and the labor basically. Anyway, so when my husband suggested that, I was like, okay, I'll try putting like a little ruffle border on one, and sent her the picture, and I was like, hey, what do you think? I can take it out if you don't want it. I can just do them all like normal. And she thought it was cute. And so what I did was on 3 of them, I tried different ways of making a ruffle border. So I need to look at them real quick because I don't remember which ones I did which way. But then I'll show you the 3 different things I did. So hold on a sec. Okay, I probably should have written these down. But because I don't remember like exactly what I did. So this first one I'll show you. So here's the basic towel, and I made the part like normal, and then I just did so normally I would just do single crochets all the way around this for the finishing edge. So this one was the first one I did, and what I did was like a single crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet all in one stitch. Now I don't remember if I just did a single crochet in the next stitch. That's what it looks like, and then started over. So there's like the little shell, single crochet, half and single, and then a single crochet there, and then single, half, single. That's what it looks like I did. So it's kind of a small little ruffle all the way around. So there's that one. The next one I did, actually I don't remember what order I did them in. This one, nope, we'll do this one. This one, I'll show you that, is I did like in one stitch, I did, hold on, sorry. So it looks like I did like a single crochet in one stitch. Then in the next stitch I did a half double, and then the next stitch I did two doubles, chain one. Then the next stitch I did two doubles, or maybe it's a double and a half, and then a single crochet, something like that. So it's like the ruffle goes over a few stitches instead of being all in one stitch like the first one was. And then I didn't love how I ended up doing this part. It's not like super symmetrical, but oh well. And then the last one I did, it's black, so you probably won't be able to see it. It's basically, I don't know if it'll focus. It's basically just 5 single crochets in one stitch, and then skipping a stitch and single crocheting in the next stitch. So it's a little bit, it's like in between, like this is like the biggest ruffle, and then a medium ruffle, and then the tiny ruffle. So yeah, so those are my experiments. Sorry, that one you can't really see, but yeah. So she, we'll pick these up probably tomorrow. So I wanted to get this video done before I gave them to her. So I have a few works in progress. So those are all the things I've done. Oh man, I forgot to grab something. Okay. So first, I started working on some little ghosts. No. This first one, I'm pretty sure I saw on Ella from No Catchy Name. I haven't finished it yet. I need to stuff it and then finish off the last little row. Unless I pulled up, but so he's not stuffed, so he's a little misshapen, but just a little no-sew ghost with little bobbly arms and little ruffles on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. I made him with the glow in the dark yarn by Lion Brand. This yarn's expensive. It was like $6 for this tiny little thing at Joann's. But I had some of this. My kids got for like Mother's Day last year, I think. So I did finish that one off, and I just bought this one at Joann's. Yeah, so he needs some stuffing, and to finish the last little round, I was interested to see how much yarn he would take. That's why he's not finished, because I wanted to weigh him. Obviously the eyes will add a little bit of weight to that, but that way I can know, like, if I made more, how much I could get out of like one skein of yarn, I guess. The other one's also not done. And this one is by Teresa's something crochet on YouTube. And so this is only, I don't know how many more rows I have, or rounds I have left. I just started, like this last round I did was a decrease, and maybe I'll pop up a picture if I can remember of what he's supposed to look like at the end. And there was something weird. Oh, so I started him in the skein that I had previously, and then I started the new skein I just bought. And you can't tell in this lighting, but when I was crocheting in the car earlier today, there's like almost a slight color variation where I changed to the new skein. So it'll be interesting to see, like, when I put it in the dark, if it glows differently depending on which skein it is. And it feels waxier, the second skein does. So I don't know if that has to do, like, if they changed how they make it since the last year's when I got it, or if this is just a weird ball, or if they were all supposed to feel like this and the first one I got was a weird ball. I don't know. So yeah, I think he's kind of cute so far. He was supposed to have eyebrows, but I couldn't get them to match each side. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish that. Um, so then my other works in progress, so you know how when, like, if you were here, the like my luck of the draw blankets I was doing, that I finished in like May, those were 2 baby boy blankets. Well, now I have 2 more friends that are both having baby boys. So I've been making lots of baby boy blankets. This first one, oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. This first one is, it's a filet crochet diamond something or other. I forgot to look at what it was called. But Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast has been, or was, I think she's finished with it now, was making this pattern, and she's using a different yarn than I am, but it like reminded me of this yarn that I had, and knowing that I had a baby boy blanket to make, I was like, I might want to use that. So it's diamonds, and this one, like hers was like blues and pinks, but mine's all blue. It's the Loops and Threads Kai. I got this clearance from Michael's a few years ago, and I had 3 balls of this, so I wasn't sure how big of a blanket I was going to get out of 3 balls. And this is just following the pattern, like how many it said to do with the, like, chains it said to start with. So I decided what I did was, this is 1 whole repeat, right? You can see the whole diamond. And the pattern calls for doing the repeat, I think 8 times, and then you do a border. So what I did was I did the 1 repeat, and then I weighed it to see how much yarn this took. So based on the math and how many balls of yarn I have, I should be able to get 7 repeats done. And maybe a little bit left over for a border. If not, I can border it maybe in like a matching color, or white or something if I really need to. But yeah, so I haven't picked this up in a little while because I've been working on those towels mostly, but I did want to get it started, just to have getting going. So this one, she's due on Halloween. The next baby blanket I'll show you, she's due like a week or 2 after that. So hold on just a sec. Okay, so this one is, I actually bought this pattern. I don't buy patterns very often, you guys. I definitely like using free patterns for the most part, but sorry, I just like ran up the stairs, so I'm out of breath. I wanted to make her a rainbow themed blanket, so but she's having a boy, so I wasn't really wanting to use like actual rainbow colors. So this, I bought this pattern off of Etsy. It's like Skinny Beater Crochet or something like that. I will put the link down below. So it's basically a rainbow shape, and then it's squared off. And I had a hard time narrowing down which she has a few, I think 2 main ones on her Etsy shop that are both rainbows, just different stitch patterns and stuff. So this one, as I was reading through it, it looks a little bit complicated, like the different types of stitches. So hopefully it's not too bad as I go. But I'll show you. I haven't gotten very far. So basically, it's going to be flat on the bottom, and then this big arch. And her original pattern is like actual rainbow colors with like a white background. And then she does have an example that's all like blues and greens, and that's kind of what I'm following, just based on like loosely with what yarns I already have on hand. I did buy the cream color just because I wasn't sure. I almost did white because I have a lot of white, and then I have a lot of random creams that don't all match, and so I wasn't sure how much yarn I would need in that color, so I just bought a new one. It's the Red Heart with Love. This was at Joann's in their clearance section, and it's the color Erin. So it's just kind of a creamy color that I thought would look nice with all the other colors. So it starts with like blues, and then it goes into greens, and they're just random shades that I have. I'll post a picture of what it's supposed to look like, so you'll see what I'm actually talking about, because right now it doesn't look like anything. But yeah, so she's due like 2 weeks after Halloween, so I'm hoping throughout this next month I can I might be like pick a schedule, like Mondays I work on the diamond blanket and Tuesdays I work on the rainbow blanket or whatever. Now that school's back, I actually have at least like 20-ish minutes a day where I can sit in the car and crochet while I'm waiting for the girls to get out of school. I missed having that in the summer. That's, I think, all my works in progress. I still do have that nativity blanket I'm working on. Obviously I did not get it done for the fair, so deciding to do that deck the halls thing kind of ruined that for me. I do have two acquisitions real quick that I'll show you. Sorry, I can't reach anything over here. This first one I got at a garage sale, and it's a little crochet kit. It's super cute crochet, and I think some of the yarn's been used, but yeah, just mostly black, white, and gray. There's some like eyelash yarn in there, and then it has the book and the hook. Not that I need a hook, but you know. And the book they are pretty cute little things. It's got some information on how to do the different stitches. So there's a little penguin. There's a lamb, which it does not have that yarn with it, the fuzzy yarn. There's a panda, and there's no black eyelash yarn. Looks like they used that on his ears, so that's gone. That's okay. This one is a porcupine. Look how cute. I guess. Little bunny. There's this one is like actually 2 pages long. That one looks a little bit more complicated. A little sloth guy. So yeah, it looks like they must have used some of their yarn. There's a unicorn, because there's definitely a lot of yarn missing. Either that, I guess these books don't usually come with all the yarn you need for everything. It's a big. And then a koala. So I'd have to look closer to see if it says which ones have the yarn included, I guess. But I think I got this, it says $3 on there. I don't remember if that's what I paid or not. It might have been. Then the only other thing I got was this ball of chenille chunky yarn from Walmart. I got it at Goodwill for $2. And then after that we went to Walmart and they're like $7. So no idea what I'm gonna make with it, if I'll make anything with it, who knows. But it looks like a brand new ball of yarn, and it's 31.7 yards. So I'm not sure what I could make out of this. Obviously it's not gonna go very far. But yeah, I thought for $2 might as well get it and add it to my giant stash of yarn that I don't know what to do with. So I have a few extra acquisitions since I recorded this video the other day. It's taken me forever to get that edited, so I will add this real quick. We were at Goodwill again the other day and we found these two heads, Deborah and Alexi, and I just wanted one of them, but my husband didn't want to leave the other one behind, so we grabbed both of them. I'll just use them to like display hats on and take pictures of my hats and stuff that I make, which I'm hoping to make more soon. Their hair needs a little bit of work, especially since my 2-year-old got a hold of them. But but yeah, so the prices on these on Amazon were a lot more than what we paid for, so I think we got a good deal with that. Also at Goodwill there was a bag of yarn. All this was in it for $3, so there's a bunch of Bernat blanket yarn that I didn't pull out of the bag because I didn't want it to explode. There's one ball of this Premier Mega Brushed Chunky, so it's got some pretty colors in there. And then whatever this is, it might be Lion Brand, I don't know, is it Hometown or something like that, that's chunky like that. They had a bag that looked like mostly some of this, and I was gonna get it and then I didn't, and then I regretted not getting it because I think this would make a cool hat, but I'm not sure if one ball would be enough. The other acquisition I got is I won a giveaway from Jeannie at On the Hook Crochet, and it was one of her Frogger finishes. So she had started this Dolken tote from Lion Brand. It was a kit, and it didn't have the yellow color, so she substituted this brown color. So she has the front of it pretty much done. Sorry, I'm on my stairs because, yeah, weird lighting everywhere else. So that's the front of it pretty much done, and so I could choose to continue and make the rest of the bag or frog it. I feel bad frogging somebody's work, but at the same time, I don't think I would use a bag like this, and I don't really have the time to finish it, so I think I'll frog it, but I might keep the granny squares and make something out of those few granny squares because I think they are pretty. So yeah, those are just a few extra acquisitions, and I will see you here in a second with the rest of the video. And it also came with all the extra yarn to continue the pattern. I think that is everything. I was going to talk about the county fair stuff, but I need to like re-look at what I actually got. So my daughter and I both, my 10-year-old, we both entered some things, and it was like confusing. Like we got blue ribbons for almost everything, but like the dollar amounts didn't quite add up, and then a few days later they posted the results online, so I need to go back and look at those again because they didn't, what I thought we got and what those results showed wasn't quite the same somehow. So I need to go look at that again, and I forgot to grab the things. Like I wanted to show you what I turned in, and I forgot to grab those, so I will do that in a separate video. And yeah, I think that's everything. So thanks for sticking around, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye guys.